Tuna is one of the fish species with high economic value, commonly exploited in tropical and temperate seas. Fishermen use many methods to catch tuna, the most popular of which are hand line, long line, purse, seine and gill net. Hand line and long line are often applied to ocean tuna, using live baits such as mackerel to attract fish. Purse seine method is suitable for large schools of fish, helping to harvest a large quantity in one catch. In addition, modern technology such as positioning devices and sonar are also applied to accurately determine the location of fish schools. However, overexploitation can affect tuna resources, so it is necessary to apply sustainable fishing measures to protect the marine ecosystem, to ensure effective fishing and protect tuna resources. Many fishing vessels are now equipped with modern equipment such as radar systems, fish finders and GPS satellite positioning. These tools help fishermen locate fish schools quickly, reduce search time and increase catch yield. In addition, the process of handling fish after catching is also very important. Immediately after boarding the ship, tuna is often quickly cooled at low temperatures to maintain freshness. Some modern ships also have onboard freezing systems, helping to preserve fish for a long time while still ensuring quality when processed. However, tuna fishing also faces many challenges. Overfishing and the use of unsustainable methods can reduce natural tuna stocks. Therefore, many countries and international organizations have issued regulations on fishing quotas. Minimum fish sizes allowed to be caught and reasonable fishing seasons to ensure the sustainable development of tuna resources. In addition to traditional fishing methods, some modern techniques are also applied to improve efficiency and protect the marine environment. For example, many fishing vessels use FADs, fish aggregating devices, to attract tuna to the desired area, making fishing easier without affecting other species. Oceanic tuna fishing is also a popular form, often carried out by fishermen at night using high-powered headlights to attract fish. When the fish are hooked, fishermen must have professional fishing techniques to avoid damaging the fish and reducing the quality of the meat. However, the tuna fishing industry also faces many difficulties. High fuel prices, climate change affecting tuna migration, along with strict regulations on sustainable fishing, pose many challenges for fishermen. To adapt, many fishermen have switched to a responsible fishing model, complying with international standards such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, certification to ensure tuna products are sustainably sourced and meet export requirements. In short, tuna fishing not only requires high technology but also requires coordination between fishermen, businesses and management agencies to maintain tuna resources in the long term. contributing to protecting the marine ecosystem and developing a sustainable economy. Although the tuna fishing industry brings great income to fishermen and contributes significantly to the economy, it also faces many serious challenges. Overfishing is the most worrying issue. As the increasing demand for tuna leads to the risk of declining natural tuna stocks. Some tuna species, such as bluefin tuna, have been exploited to alarming levels, forcing many international organizations to introduce strict control measures. In addition, climate change also affects the habitat and food sources of tuna, causing them to migrate to new sea areas, changing traditional fishing grounds. This forces fishermen to adapt by investing in more advanced fish detection technology and improving fishing techniques. Applying catch quotas, controlling the number of fish allowed to be caught each year, using selective fishing methods, minimizing the capture of juvenile fish or bycatch species, developing tuna farming, partially replacing wild fishing, helping to reduce pressure on marine resources. Certifying and tracing the origin of tuna. Ensuring products have clear origins. Meeting international standards for reasonable exploitation. In addition to efforts from governments and international organizations, consumers also play an important role in protecting tuna resources. Choosing products with sustainable certifications, such as MSC or ASC, will help encourage fishermen to comply with responsible fishing rules towards a sustainable and environmentally friendly seafood industry. In the context of increasingly exploited marine resources, the tuna fishing industry is gradually transforming to adapt to the trend of sustainable development. The application of modern technology plays an important role in improving fishing efficiency while ensuring the long-term maintenance of tuna resources. Satellite positioning systems, GPS, fish scanning radars, and seawater temperature sensors help fishermen find schools of fish quickly, reduce search time and save fuel. In addition, the model of raising tuna in cages is being researched and developed in many countries, including Japan, Australia and Vietnam. This model helps to better control the quality of commercial tuna, reducing pressure on natural fish resources. However, tuna farming still faces many challenges, including high investment costs, strict technical requirements and dependence on natural fish stocks. In addition, the tuna processing and export industry is also making important strides. Seafood processing enterprises not only focus on frozen or canned tuna products but also develop ready-made products to meet international market demand. The application of food safety standards. Traceability and international certification will help tuna products have a higher competitive advantage in the world market. The tuna fishing industry is an important sector, bringing great economic benefits but also facing many environmental and resource challenges. The transition to sustainable fishing methods, combined with the application of modern technology and the development of tuna farming, will be a necessary direction in the future. The coordination between fishermen, businesses, governments and consumers will determine the ability to maintain tuna resources, contribute to protecting marine ecosystems and ensure the long-term development of the fisheries industry. Tuna is a fish with high economic value, exploited by many different methods depending on the sea area and fishing ground conditions. One of the most popular methods is longline, in which fishermen use a longline system with many baited hooks to attract tuna. In addition, the purse seine method is also widely applied, especially in catching schools of ocean tuna. When detecting fish, fishermen cast a net around and gradually narrow it to gather the fish in a small area. Then use a net or crane to bring the fish onto the boat. Some modern fishing vessels also use positioning devices and fish finders to increase fishing efficiency. However, tuna exploitation must comply with regulations on minimum size and catch quotas to protect aquatic resources and ensure sustainable development of the fishery. In addition to the above two methods, fishermen also use hand line or rig fishing techniques to catch tuna. Hand line fishing is often used for short trips at sea, using live bait to attract tuna to bite the hook, then pulling it onto the boat by human power or a winch. This method helps ensure the quality of the fish but requires a lot of effort. In addition, some large-scale fishing vessels use the gill net method, in which the net is let drift along the water to catch tuna swimming by. Although it brings high yields, this method can affect other species if not properly controlled. After being caught, tuna is often preserved on board by being quickly frozen at very low temperatures to maintain its freshness before being brought ashore for consumption or processing. Currently, many countries and organizations are applying strict management measures such as licensing fishing. Controlling fishing areas and encouraging the use of sustainable methods to protect tuna resources in the world. Tuna fishing not only requires high techniques but also depends on weather factors, fishing grounds, and the experience of fishermen. Before each trip, fishermen must carefully study the weather conditions, ocean currents and sea areas where tuna live. They must also prepare adequate equipment such as nets, hooks, locators, cold storage systems and fuel for boats. In addition, during the fishing process, fishermen need to comply with international regulations on tuna resource conservation. especially for species that are at risk of declining in numbers. Many organizations, such as the International Atlantic Tuna Commission, ICAT, or the Western and Central Pacific Tuna Commission, WCPFC, have issued rules on fishing quotas. Prohibited fishing areas and product traceability requirements. In addition to the challenges, tuna fishing also brings a stable source of income for fishermen and contributes greatly to the marine economy. However, to ensure sustainable development, countries and businesses need to invest in advanced fishing technology, apply environmentally friendly methods and raise fishermen's awareness of protecting marine ecosystems. In the context of tuna resources increasingly under pressure from overexploitation and climate change, the development of sustainable fishing methods has become an inevitable trend. Many countries have applied modern technology such as using satellite tracking devices to accurately identify fish schools, minimizing the bycatch of unwanted species. Some fishing vessels are also equipped with advanced preservation systems such as deep freezing at -60°C to maintain the quality of fish after catching. In addition, initiatives such as Sustainable Tuna Certification, MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, or electronic traceability programs are being promoted to control the supply chain, ensuring that tuna is legally exploited and does not adversely affect the environment. Many businesses also prioritize cooperation with fishermen who use manual fishing methods such as handline, which helps minimize the impact on other marine species. Economically, the tuna fishing and processing industry plays an important role in seafood exports of many countries, especially coastal countries such as Vietnam, Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. After being caught, tuna can be processed into many products such as canned tuna. Sashimi, dried tuna or fish oil, serving the diverse needs of the world market. However, to maintain a sustainable tuna fishing industry, close coordination between fishermen, businesses and management agencies is needed, raising awareness of protecting marine resources, investing in modern technology and complying with international regulations will help the tuna fishing industry develop sustainably, ensuring livelihoods for fishermen and protecting the ocean ecosystem for future generations in addition to efforts to protect and develop the tuna fishing industry in a sustainable manner. Expanding the consumption market and increasing the added value of the product also plays an important role. Currently, tuna is not only consumed in fresh or frozen form but also processed into many high-value products such as canned tuna. Smoked tuna. Frozen tuna fillets. Seasoned tuna and fish oil products rich in omega-3. To increase economic value, seafood processing enterprises are promoting the application of modern technology to ensure product quality, extend shelf life and meet strict standards of the international market, achieving food safety certifications such as HACCP, ISO. MSC not only helps tuna products to be easily exported to major markets such as the US, Japan, and Europe, but also contributes to building the Vietnamese tuna brand in the world. In addition, the green consumption trend is driving demand for sustainably exploited tuna products. Many large supermarket chains in the world such as Walmart, Carrefour or Tesco have prioritized importing tuna with responsible fishing certification. This requires the tuna fishing industry to transform towards a more sustainable direction, while creating opportunities to increase product value and expand export markets. In the future, the combination of modern technology, sustainable management, and smart market access strategies will help the tuna fishing and processing industry not only maintain resources but also create long-term economic benefits, contributing to the development of the marine economy and increasing income for fishermen. In addition to developing markets and increasing product value, the tuna fishing industry also needs to adapt to new challenges, especially climate change and increasingly strict trade regulations. Climate change is significantly affecting tuna resources due to changes in sea temperature. Ocean currents and the habitat of this fish species. These fluctuations can cause tuna to migrate to further or deeper waters, making fishing more difficult and expensive. Therefore, fishermen and scientists are working together to study tuna migration patterns to adjust fishing strategies accordingly. Currently, many major tuna importing countries such as the EU, the US, and Japan are tightening regulations on product origin, requiring full traceability of the fishing process to combat illegal fishing, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. This requires businesses and fishermen to strictly comply with regulations on fishing vessel registration, fishing logs, as well as implementing a strict monitoring and inspection regime. Meeting these standards not only helps Vietnamese tuna and other countries maintain stable exports but also enhances their reputation in the international market.